Okay, if you've ever tried to build something online, you know there's this one giant hurdle that stops almost everyone, just getting from zero to that very first dollar. Today, we're going to walk through a roadmap designed to do exactly that, to get you unstuck and finally make that first sale.
Does this feel familiar? You know, that endless cycle of research. You're watching videos, reading articles, maybe even buying courses. You feel really busy. But when you step back and look at your actual results, the needle hasn't moved an inch. You're just spinning your wheels, not actually getting anywhere.
And let's be honest, this is what that busyness really looks like, right? The 10-plus browser tabs, each one with a different game-changing strategy. The digital graveyard of unfinished courses you swore you'd complete. The hundreds of saved posts you'll get to later. You've got a list of business ideas as long as your arm, but that bank account still sitting at a big fat zero?
But here's the critical insight, the real aha moment. This isn't a hustle problem. You are probably working hard enough, maybe even too hard. The real issue here is a lack of clarity. It's like you're trying to drive in 5 different directions at the same time. You're never going to get anywhere that way.
And this chart just makes the whole philosophy crystal clear. On one side, you have more information, which just leads to overwhelm and keeps you stuck at zero. But on the other side, you have more clarity. That leads to focus. And that focus, well, that's what drives the action that actually puts money in your pocket.
So, how do we find that clarity? Well, it really starts by understanding the hidden traps, the things that keep us stuck. Let's break down the 3 biggest mistakes that pretty much guarantee you'll stay at that $0 mark. First up is the classic, trying to do everything at once. You know how it is. One day you're all in on affiliate marketing. The next day you hear about digital products, and then someone mentions drop shipping. The result is always the same. A bunch of half-finished projects and absolutely zero progress.
Mistake number 2 is just as common, chasing every shiny new trend. You see AI is blowing up, so you pivot. Then faceless accounts are all the rage, so you jump over there. But here's the hard truth. Real, sustainable income isn't built on fleeting trends. It's built on consistently developing a real skill that provides real value.
And the third mistake, this one is so easy to fall into. It's focusing on all the pretty stuff first. Spending weeks perfecting a logo, agonizing over brand colors, building a beautiful website, all before you even have a clue what you're actually selling or who you're selling it to. You have to remember, money comes from solving problems, not from having the perfect font.
Okay, so if those are the mistakes, what's the solution? Well, it's not another complicated strategy. It's a simple, clear, 4-stage journey. Think of this as the map that will finally guide you from where you are now to actually making that first sale. Here's exactly how the map works. First, you anchor. You find clarity and you choose one direction. Second, you leverage that choice by building one and only one skill. Third, you optimize by creating a dead simple way for people to pay you. And finally, you win by making that first sale. It's a sequence, and the order is absolutely crucial. You can't jump straight to the end.
This quote right here really gets to the heart of this entire framework. It's so easy to get obsessed with vanity metrics like followers or likes. But the fundamental truth is this: income is a direct result of having a valuable skill that someone is willing to pay you to use. Period.
So how do you build that valuable skill? You have to choose your vehicle. And what that means is picking one, and I mean only one, income lane to focus on exclusively for the next 30 days. So here are the 3 most beginner-friendly options. If you want cash the fastest, you're looking at the service lane. If you hate the idea of creating your own products, the affiliate lane is probably for you. And if you actually like creating things and you want something that can scale later on, you'd look at the digital product lane. They each have their pros and cons, but the key is you have to pick just one. And this part right here is totally non-negotiable. The antidote to that do-it-all mistake is committing to one single path for 30 solid days. No dabbling, no switching, no backup plans. That singular focus is what allows you to build a skill deep enough to actually be valuable. This is how you finally build real momentum.
All right, so once you've picked your lane, the focus shifts from what to how. And the best part is you don't have to guess what to do next. The goal is to just follow a super clear week-by-week action plan.
So this 30-day sprint is broken down into 4 really manageable chunks. Week 1 is all about the foundation, getting your offer clear. Week 2 is for creating samples, which is where you actually build your skill. Week 3 is about building your money path, and Week 4 is all about outreach. actually contacting people and aiming for that first win. See how each week builds on the last?
Okay, now let's talk about the destination. This is where so many online guides get it totally wrong, and it's why we need to be crystal clear about what a win actually looks like after these 30 days.
And I love this because it's so honest. The best case for about 10% of people is making 1 to 3 sales. The most likely outcome, though? Getting really close with some genuinely interested leads. And for some, the win is simply having the entire foundation built. The key thing here is that even the so-called struggle case is a massive leap forward from where you started.
See, success gets completely redefined here. It is not about some crazy, ridiculous income claim. It's about making real, tangible progress, going from scattered to focused, having an actual offer, and building a system that you can use again and again. That's the win. And when you put it side by side like this, the difference is just night and day, isn't it? Instead of the typical promise of 10 grand a month using 47 different strategies, this focuses on getting your first $50 to $500 with one clear path. It's a huge shift from just consuming complex theory to taking simple, direct action. Ultimately, everything we've talked about, the entire philosophy, it all boils down to this single, simple number. One lane, one offer, one plan, and one focused month of action. That's it. That's the key that finally breaks the cycle of being stuck. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. What if the solution to being stuck isn't about learning more? What if it's not about finding another course, or watching another video, or discovering another secret strategy? What if the only thing standing between you and your first dollar online is just the decision to choose one path and finally start walking?